What's up YouTube, this is Matthew here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be answering a question that I received from my last video on the best and most effective way to find cash buyers. In one of the comments you all asked, and the question was, could you tell me what to say to cash buyers? How to identify the real cash buyers. And so I give you all what you want. You all asked that question in the comments, so I'm making a full video about it. And it just aligns with what we spoke about earlier this week. So this week is full of good lessons about finding cash buyers and how to talk to them, how to identify which are the real ones, which are the fake ones. Because I know I received another comment talking about there's a lot of people just wanting to be JV partners, but not actual real cash buyers, just flipping, just buying rentals. And so in today's video, I'm going to talk about how to talk to cash buyers and how to vet them out, how to really know for sure they are legit cash buyers buying properties around your area. So if you all don't mind, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below any questions, because sometimes I do things like this. I make videos based off of your questions that you leave below in the comments. All right, let's head right into how to identify cash buyers and what to say to them. All right, you all, so I know I'm outside. It's a little bit different compared to just me being in the room, but I hope you all enjoy this and hear me clearly. Make sure you all go outside, get some fresh air, get some sunlight and different things like that. So you all, cash buyers. So cash buyers are essentially just investors that buy properties for cash, right? So whether they're investing in flips or rentals or commercial buildings, usually they have some cash, either just cash they have themselves or cash that they have from private party, whether that's hard money loans or private money lenders. So that's cash buyers. So when you're talking to a cash buyer, what do you say to them exactly? So essentially you're trying to vet out if they are real cash buyers, which answers the second question. When you all talk to cash buyers, I want you all to ask these 5 things, all right? So we'll list them. Number 1, I want you all to ask, what are their main investment strategies? So essentially what that is, what do you like to do? Do you like to do flips? Do you like to do rentals? Do you like to do subdivisions, do new constructions? And that lets you know what kind of properties to advertise to them. For example, a flipper just wants a discounted property, right? That they can quickly flip and put it back on the market. A landlord most likely will pay a little bit more if they're going to hold the property longer term. All right, so make sure you know what are their main investment strategies. And sometimes it's a hybrid of different ones and you just go with that. So number 2, I want you all to ask, how many deals do they do on a yearly basis or even a monthly basis? So for example, if you're talking to flippers, it's asking, how many flips do you usually do a year? If it's a smaller market, it may be 12 to 20 flips a year. Or how many rental properties do you buy a year or even a month for some bigger, larger areas? How many flips do you do a month and different things like that? And you can just know what kind of buyer they are. If they're doing a lot of volume or consistent volume, then you know for real they are a legit investor ready to buy your wholesale deals. So number 3, I want you to ask them, have they worked with other wholesalers around the area? This is very important because I think cash buyers who work with wholesalers before, if they have a good relationship with them, they already know the lingo, they already know the paperwork, they know what's up, they know they're paying all closing costs and different things like that. So it makes it much easier for you, and you know that they are experienced if they worked with a wholesaler before and buying cash deals. So that's a very important question that I like to ask my cash buyers or potential cash buyers, or how to vet them out. Have they worked with other wholesalers in the past? So number 4, I like to ask them what kind of properties they like to buy, right? For example, a developer is just probably looking for some land, and that's what you have to bring them. You're not going to bring them a 3-bed, 2-bath property when they're looking to do a subdivision, right? If you're talking to a flipper, let's say they just like smaller houses, then you have to find that for that specific buyer, or people who like larger houses, or people who are looking for multifamilies because they want to hold them as rentals. So you have to understand what type of properties your buyer buys in order to present that to them. So these are some of the things to include when you're talking to cash buyers. The 5th important thing to ask your cash buyer, or when you're first talking with a cash buyer, is what markets do they like to invest in? So this is incredible because you can start this early on before even doing market research on your own. You can just ask the people buying in your area, what markets do you like to buy in? And then you can get like a continuous rhythm to exactly which zip codes they say. And you say, wow, okay, this investor said this zip code also, or this investor said this city also. So ask them which cities they like to invest in, and you can market to those specific zip codes or cities. So those are the 5 things to include when you're talking to your cash buyers. Make sure you all take that when you're talking or vetting out your cash buyer. So that answers the first question of the comment on what to say to cash buyers. Just vet them out, ask them those questions that we just discussed. So how do you know for sure if your cash buyer is real or actually buying cash deals, right? So like I mentioned before, I know someone commented saying they try to find cash buyers on Facebook. They were just running into other wholesalers trying to JV with them. And that can be frustrating. That's why I always recommend going to the data, actual data, and looking on PropStream. If you're all interested in PropStream, link down below, and looking at cash sales that happen around the area. All right, because action speaks louder than words. And so if you find a cash buyer on PropStream, you can see how many properties they bought. There's an option on PropStream that says link properties, and you can see they have 10, 12 properties right now, or different things like that. So looking at the raw data really helps you know if they're a real cash buyer if you have a tool like that. Another thing is just hopping on the phone with someone. A lot of people can talk a lot of stuff on Facebook or through messengers, but hey, actually hop on the phone call and talk with them. And another aspect to know if your cash buyer is real and actually investing is you have to do the work. Actually present a really good deal and see if they bite on it. See if they actually come to try to buy your deal. So it kind of lays upon you, because I truly believe if you have a great deal, cash buyers are going to be easy to find. If you present someone a deal, a smoking hot deal, and they don't bite on it, and they said they want this specific property, they like this type of investment strategy, and they still don't buy, then you kind of know they're not really looking to buy for cash, or they're not as serious as other investors and cash buyers. So present to them that deal. So those are the different ways that I like to vet my cash buyer. I think what it really comes down to, like I was just saying, is just bringing a great deal to people, or just advertising it on Facebook, on Craigslist, and see who comes to you. Those are the real cash buyers at the end of the day. So I answered this comment that was on my last video on what to say to cash buyers and how do you know for real they are true investors, cash buyers, actually buying properties. Make sure you all remember those 5 things that to include when you're talking to your cash buyer, and what to look out for to know if they're a true cash buyer. All right, once again, you all check the links down below if you want to call with me, or if you want to check out PropStream where you can find true cash buyers. There's no guesswork with that, because the data is raw. The data is right there. This person obviously bought a house in this area, this size, a month ago, so you know they're still buying, most likely. And also another thing, you can talk to other wholesalers if they're open to talking to you about other cash buyers they worked with and different things. And just make sure you all stay in those Facebook groups and see who's active, right? See who's actually buying deals or showing their flips, and add them as your friends so you can check their posts, because a lot of cash buyers do sometimes post their development or their flip or their their rehab that they just completed and show before and after pictures, and they are actually buying. If you all don't have PropStream, you can also look at property assessor's website, your county's property assessor's website, and sometimes when you click their name, you can see all the properties they own. And a lot of times, if the person owns like a bunch of properties, they're serious cash buyers. All right, y'all, I hope you all enjoyed this video of me just being outside and having a different environment and talking about what to say to cash buyers and how to vet them out. All right, make sure you all like, subscribe, comment down below. Talk to you all later. Peace.